Psychological manipulation is a type of social influence that aims to change the perception or behavior of others through underhanded, deceptive, or even abusive tactics. By advancing the interests of the manipulator, often at another's expense, such methods could be considered exploitative, abusive, devious, and deceptive. Social influence is not necessarily negative. For example, doctors can try to persuade patients to change unhealthy habits. Social influence is generally perceived to be harmless when it respects the right of the influenced to accept or reject and is not unduly coercive. Depending on the context and motivations, social influence may constitute underhanded manipulation. Requirements for successful manipulation. According to psychology author George K. Simon, successful psychological manipulation primarily involves the manipulator concealing aggressive intentions and behaviors, knowing the psychological vulnerabilities of the victim to determine what tactics are likely to be the most effective, having a sufficient level of ruthlessness to have no qualms about causing harm to the victim if necessary. Consequently, the manipulation is likely to be accomplished through covert aggressive means. How manipulators control their victims. According to Breaker, clinical psychologist Harriet Breaker wrote a self-help book which identified the following basic ways that manipulators control their victims. Positive reinforcement includes praise, superficial charm, superficial sympathy, excessive apologizing, money, approval, gifts, attention, facial expressions such as a forced laugh or smile, and public recognition. Negative reinforcement involves removing one from a negative situation as a reward, for example. You won't have to do your homework if you allow me to do this to you. Intermittent or partial reinforcement. Partial or intermittent negative reinforcement can create an effective climate of fear and doubt. Partial or intermittent positive reinforcement can encourage the victim to persist. For example, in most forms of gambling, the gambler is likely to win now and again but still lose money overall. Punishment includes nagging, yelling, the silent treatment, intimidation, threats, swearing, emotional blackmail, the guilt trip, sulking, crying, and playing the victim. Traumatic one-trial learning, using verbal abuse, explosive anger, or other intimidating behavior to establish dominance or superiority.